At the School of International Service, we approach the study of international affairs from an interdisciplinary point of view. This means that when studying at SIS, you discover the different facets of international affairs to form a full and coherent picture of international affairs. Take, for instance, the concept of security. We often think of security as something that is provided by militaries fending off foreign attacks. While this can be true, at the School of International Service, we think about the concept of security more broadly. For example, we examine the developments of cybersecurity as much as we examine the developments and impact of climate change on food security and other aspects of human security. In this way, at SIS, the study of security can lead students to take classes on national and global security, as well as classes on nonviolent means to resolve international disputes, on the many multidimensional challenges and opportunities that confront nation states emerging from war and conflict, or in current key environmental challenges, including species extinction, food and agriculture, and climate change, as well as the most significant health and disease issues facing the global community. This breadth in the approach to the study of international affairs is reflected in our faculty. At SIS, you'll find leading experts in national defense and defense intelligence, as much as you'll find experts in public administration, the economy, sociology, political science, geography, and anthropology and humanitarian policy teaching our classes. Additionally, many of our faculty are experienced practitioners in the field, bringing invaluable practical perspectives and considerations into the classroom. What brings us together as scholars, teachers, and practitioners is the strong belief in service to the global community. The School of International Service was founded in 1957 to answer a call by President Dwight Eisenhower to wage peace, which guides the school to this day. Students graduate from SIS prepared to serve the global community as an emerging leader, waging peace and building understanding in our world. This approach to the study of international affairs has led the School of International Service consistently being ranked at top 10 school for master's programs for policy careers in international relations by Foreign Policy magazine. The Master of International Service degree is a strong reflection of interdisciplinary approach we take at the School of International Service towards the study of international affairs. The degree brings together the expertise of a strong faculty and leading scholars and experienced practitioners to provide students with knowledge that complements their existing backgrounds. Students pursue customized concentrations in their field of their choice, including international development, international negotiation, and foreign and security policy. MAS is specifically designed for those with at least 7 years of professional experience to earn a tailored and condensed master's degree in international affairs. Students are encouraged to work with our academic advisors to identify courses that complement their work and that fill gaps in their education. For example, a student with a military background might be interested in complementing their practical knowledge in international security with theoretical underpinnings, as well as fill gaps they may have experienced when it comes to post-war transitions, the importance of global economic development, or global health policy. Or, for example, a student with a background in international development might want to complement their experience with knowledge on sustainable development, or close gaps in topics such as policy institutions and processes, international negotiation, or conflict prevention and the causes of war. Our academic advisors work with our students to create a custom-made concentration that fits each individual student's needs and interests, to build on what they already know and to learn what they need to know in order to advance their careers and meet their ambitions. Additionally, the Master of International Service program provides students with a strong foundation in international affairs through courses in leadership, research skills, economics, and a choice of Capstone project. MIS students will complete 2 required courses designed exclusively for MIS students: Pro Seminar and Cross-Cultural Leadership and Management. Pro Seminar establishes a foundation for the advanced study and understanding of international relations and builds a bridge between theory and practice in today's world. The Cross-Cultural Leadership and Management course is a hybrid online on-campus class that provides students an opportunity to gain insight on decision-making, ethical leadership, strategic communication, teamwork, emotional intelligence, leading multicultural workforces, and change in crisis management. During the on-campus component of this course, scheduled over a long weekend, students join their classmates and peers in person to actively expand their networks, work with professionals on branding their career and develop a professional strategy, personally engage with leaders in the international community, and network at high-performing international relations organizations in the nation's capital. Students in the Master of International Service program come from many countries around the world and from all sectors: government, for-profit, and non-profit organizations. They embrace their diverse background, which enhances class discussion and the academic experience of all of our MIS students. Together, they build on the foundations of their knowledge and skills, learn from one another and from faculty, and endeavor towards their career goals. As a capstone to their studies at the School of International Service, MIS students complete either a substantial research paper of about 50 pages on a topic of their choosing, or a practicum course that provides real-world experiences in project management and consulting. In the practicum, students spend one semester working in teams with clients, including US and international government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and businesses, to conduct policy and program analysis. The Master of International Service program combines rigorous graduate education with extraordinary flexibility for professionals and practitioners. Our curriculum is tailor-made for our students and customizable, and our classes are scheduled off hours or on the weekend, so working professionals can participate fully in the program. Students living in the area are also welcome to take courses in person and enjoy our beautiful campus in Washington, D.C.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for your interest in our Executive Master of International Service degree. If you enroll in our program, you'll be studying at a top 10 school of international affairs. My name is Nancy Sachs, and I teach a course in cross-cultural leadership and management, but more on that in a moment. Our MIS program is designed for those of you with at least 7 years of work experience. Our students come from a wide variety of backgrounds: government, military, nonprofits, Peace Corps, corporations. You can focus your studies on already designed concentrations, or you can design your own concentration from a broad array of courses. We've designed our degree so that you can graduate in as little as 1 year, and you can even apply some of your work experience for your course credit. In my course, we do two important things. First, we take a deep dive into how different cultures influence leadership and organizational behavior in very different ways. And second, we discuss how you can be most successful in these different situations, no matter where in the world you work. Even if you've traveled and worked in many different places, I guarantee you'll learn a number of new and important things that you could put into practice right away. What's unique about this course is that it's the only one with both an online and an on-campus component. While most of the course is online, we also spend 3 days on American University's campus in Washington, D.C. Activities there include classes and field trips and speakers, panel discussions, and I also should include the great food we get at our visits to embassies. Of course, there's also lots of socializing with your classmates, and for many, that's a real highlight of the entire program.
As part of the curriculum and education of the MAIR and MIS programs, students participate in Immersion, an extended weekend that takes place in person at American University's beautiful campus in Washington, D.C. During this weekend, students earn course credits through seminars, build competencies with skills institutes, listen to guest speakers, and participate in activities aimed at career development and professional networking. They have the opportunity to expose and immerse themselves in Washington, D.C. through SIS-led site visits, panel discussions, and other networking opportunities with DC-based organizations, future employers, and SIS alumni across sectors and areas, including government, foreign relations, politics, development, national security, and defense. Most importantly, however, Immersion is the opportunity for online students to meet and connect with their peers and faculty in person, build on the camaraderie and skills developed through their live sessions, expand their networks, collaborate with like-minded professionals, and receive advice from AU faculty and staff. Though Immersion is a small but mighty fraction of the student experience at MAIR and MIS, it is also one of the most unique student experience opportunities offered at AU and the School of International Service.
My name is Chris, and I'm a graduate of the Master of International Service program with a concentration in global security. In terms of my professional background, I am a senior administrator within the Department of Defense, and I have over 20 years of experience working for the Defense Department. Overall, the MIS program was a great fit for me, both from an academic perspective and a career perspective. In terms of my background academically, I have an enduring interest in international relations that dates back to the 1990s. I previously studied international relations, both as an undergraduate and at the graduate level, and I wanted to continue my studies and pursue an additional graduate degree. Since this would likely be my last graduate school program, I also wanted to graduate from a top-tier program in international relations. My dilemma was that at this point in my professional career and personal life, I really was not in the position to leave my job and study full-time in a traditional in-person campus program. I wanted to pursue an executive-level master's degree that would be congruent with my responsibilities as a senior manager within the Defense Department. However, I needed a program that provided a degree of flexibility, since my job at times has required an extensive amount of travel. The bottom line is that American universities, School of International Service, and the MIS program fulfilled all of my goals. The School of International Service's reputation as a top 10 international relations program was a significant reason I applied to the MIS program. The MIS program allowed me to continue to study international relations, but at an executive level that was compatible with my professional level of experience. The online structure of the MIS program worked perfectly for my career, as I could take classes while working full-time from anywhere in the world. During my time in the MIS program, I took classes while traveling for work in Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, the Philippines, Singapore, and California. So the MIS program is great for anyone who needs geographic flexibility. In terms of the general course structure and experience, I really appreciated the synchronous format of classes, since this allowed for greater connections to both the course instructors and fellow students. Even though we weren't in the same physical location, the live classes held via Zoom still allowed for the same kinds of classroom interactions that often led to insightful discussions on a variety of topics, whether we were discussing leading international relations theories, historical case studies, or current world events. That ability to have real-time back and forth discussions, both as a whole class and in separate group discussions, was intellectually stimulating and invigorating. This synchronous format was especially useful given the diversity of the online SIS student population. I benefited greatly from engaging with fellow students who were dialing into class from across the US and around the world. It was amazing to interact with students with a wide range of backgrounds and experience. I distinctly remember one classmate who had a senior position within the US government and who occasionally dialed into class from an airplane. And I remember several students who attended class while actively serving in a war zone. The ability to engage such a widely dispersed community of students simply would not have been possible in a traditional in-person campus program. The same dynamic applied for the course instructors. While several professors were based in Washington, D.C., I also had professors who were based elsewhere in the U.S. and overseas, with one professor I remember who conducted classes from Australia. In terms of the asynchronous assignments, I thought these worked well to reinforce the topics discussed during classes. And then in terms of the course content, the MIS program lived up to what one would expect from a top-tier school of international relations. The lectures, readings, live classes, and various writing assignments were all high quality and challenging, requiring students to apply a serious degree of academic rigor to their research, analysis, and writing. I appreciated the fact that the MIS program and SIS in general required students primarily utilize peer-reviewed journals and books as references for their arguments and papers. This is the hallmark of a serious academic program. The Pro Seminar course was a great introduction to the MIS program and more broadly to the field of international relations. The Pro Seminar course provided an overview of the most prominent international relations theories and contemporary international governance issues, ensuring that all students had a common academic orientation and framework, regardless of their previous academic background. The Pro Seminar also discussed intercultural communications, which I thought was very useful since the ability to communicate and understand other cultures is a critical challenge for a wide number of professional careers within international relations. The executive leadership class and the substantial research paper were among my favorite parts of the MIS program. The executive leadership class was a perfect course for me in that this class critically examined leadership principles, types, styles, etc., in a practical way that I could apply immediately to my work responsibilities. This class won't make a student into a great leader per se, but it provides students with a solid framework to critically examine yourself as a professional. And it also provides a roadmap on how you can develop your leadership skills during the course of your career. The substantial research paper, or SRP, provides a student an opportunity to conduct in-depth research and writing on a topic of their choice, working closely with a faculty member who's a recognized expert in that subject. The faculty member provides left and right limits and critical feedback for your research project, but ultimately the SRP is the student's product. I highly recommend the SRP option for any graduate student who wants to demonstrate their ability to conduct independent academic research. My experience was that the SRP was a great way for me to finish my time in the MIS program. Out of all the work you might do in the MIS program, the SRP is the project that is most yours. Now, in terms of advice future MIS students, I have a couple of observations. First, I would say that any prospective applicant should critically consider whether online learning is for them. Frankly, it's not for everybody. Successfully completing an online graduate school program requires a high degree of commitment and discipline, especially if you have work, family, or other responsibilities in your life. Given the practical reality of remote learning, you have to be self-motivated, and I would say that an ideal MIS student already has a serious interest in international relations, whether it's due to previous studies and or work experience. Now the question is, how do you juggle a full-time job or other responsibilities and a master's program? Well, for myself, I was able to balance a full-time career and family responsibilities and the MIS program primarily by pacing myself, taking most of my classes one at a time. So that's what worked for me. Taking multiple classes in a given semester likely would have overwhelmed me. Advanced planning, time management are key for me. When looking at class schedules, I made sure to examine my work schedule and other responsibilities to ensure I could dedicate the time to a given course and maximize my participation in live classes. While I was in the MIS program and working full-time, I had little to no free time. And that is just part of the price you pay in order to meet these goals. It's a lot of work, but I will say that when I graduated from the MIS program, I experienced such a high degree of accomplishment. Successfully completing a challenging graduate degree program from a top-tier school such as the School of International Service is a top highlight for me, both professionally and personally.
The degree requirements for the Master of International Service include core courses, skills-focused courses related to leadership skills, economics, and research methods, courses for a specific concentration, and a capstone course. Students can choose from 4 different concentrations to hone in on their academic and professional areas of interest. The concentrations include global security, United States foreign policy and national security, international development, and international negotiation and conflict resolution. Many students choose to complete one concentration during their program, but students can also do a dual concentration if there are two that match their interest. Students can also take their elective courses from concentration courses outside of their selected concentration. For the capstone, students will choose either a practicum project or a substantial research paper. The practicum project is an experience-based capstone that is designed to help students develop strong research, oral, and written presentation skills, as well as consulting-based abilities such as client relations, project management, and team-oriented task management. Students can complete their practicum with their current employer or be matched with another client for a specific project. Students who are interested in conducting their own independent research project or plan on pursuing a PhD in the future should consider completing a substantial research paper for their capstone experience. The substantial research paper is an independent research project where students work with an advising faculty member on an academic or policy-driven topic. The online format is a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous work. Asynchronously, students have access to an online learning management system where the curriculum for the courses that they are taking that semester is broken down week by week. Students will complete this work at their own pace throughout the week in preparation for a once-a-week live virtual class session. There is one live class session per week per course that a student is taking. These live classes are held via Zoom and typically around 90 minutes in length. The majority of the live class sessions are held in the evenings. Faculty host office hours to support students outside of the live classes. The learning management system embeds opportunities for students to form an online community. The online community might be in the form of study or interest groups that students can set up or participate in. The learning management system has 24/7 technology support, so students can receive technology assistance anytime, day or night. Students in the program are surrounded by a community of supports. Students will have access to academic advisors, student success coaches, and career advisors. It is important that students have the resources they need to succeed in the program, and these services are put in place to support students. Student success, academic advisors, and career service advisors are available to listen, advise, provide resources, and make connections to empower students to translate their passions into fulfilling lives and global careers in international relations and international service. Through career services, students have services such as AU Handshake, career advising, career programs and events, networking opportunities, a career resource library, the Career Compass, job search support, and resume reviews. These supports help students achieve their professional goals and support positive outcomes. Applicants will need to complete an online application. The application can be found on our website. Along with the online application, applicants will submit their transcripts, resume, a statement of purpose, 2 letters of recommendation, and an optional addendum. An applicant's resume should include both academic and professional experiences. In the education section, applicants should share their degree information along with any extracurricular activities and awards. It is important to include internships, volunteer experiences, and study abroad experiences. If an applicant is coming directly from an undergraduate program, then they should discuss their relevant coursework and projects. In the professional section, applicants should highlight their work experiences in detail, paying specific attention to any work that directly relates to international relations. Applicants may also add any languages other than English that they speak to their resume. The resume can be longer than 1 page, and applicants should edit their resume carefully. The statement of purpose is an excellent place for applicants to share more insight into themselves as a candidate. The applicant will answer all of the prompts that are listed in the application. The statement of purpose will focus on why the applicant is interested in the School of International Service, why this program will benefit them educationally and professionally, and why they are choosing to apply to this program now. It should highlight both their professional and personal experiences. Applicants should share their passion and connection to international relations and what they hope to do with this degree in the future. It is important to research the program ahead of time and tie the information that is known about the program into the statement of purpose. Applicants should provide specific examples of why this program is a good fit for them and why they are a good fit for the program. They should be sure to answer all prompts in one cohesive essay and aim for the word count that is given. They should pay specific attention to grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. This should be treated as a writing sample, and it is helpful to have a peer review the statement of purpose. 2 letters of recommendation are required for the application. These letters of recommendation can be professional and/or academic. It is important to choose recommenders who know the applicant well and can speak to their strengths as an individual and why they would be successful in this graduate program. The recommender can provide any insight on the applicant's leadership skills, critical thinking, resilience, research and writing ability, and commitment. The addendum is optional. An applicant may want to add an addendum if their GPA is lower than a 3.2, if they have ever been on academic probation, or if they have failed a class or classes. They might also include an addendum if they are coming from an unrelated major, or if there's anything else they would like the review committee to know that they haven't had an opportunity to express in the rest of the application. Applicants should reach out to their admissions counselor to discuss the addendum in detail and plan the contents for the applicant's individual background. If an applicant earned their degree outside of the United States, in a country where English is not an official language, they will need to take an examination to demonstrate English proficiency. Examinations that are accepted are the TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, or Duolingo. Applicants only need to take one test, but must meet American University's score requirements. In addition to submitting original transcripts, applicants who earn degrees at higher education institutions outside of the United States are required to submit a transcript evaluation and a translation if applicable. Evaluations can come from universities, embassies, overseas education USA advising centers, or certified translation agencies such as World Education Services or other National Association of Credential Evaluation Services approved agencies. As applicants are compiling their application, here are a few tips to keep in mind. They should utilize their admissions counselor as a resource. We are here to answer questions as well as provide applicants with tips for creating a strong application. We are also here to help applicants learn more about the program through live class visits or connecting applicants with a student ambassador. Applicants should have a friend, mentor, or colleague proofread their statement of purpose and resume. As the application is reviewed holistically, applicants should think about this as an opportunity to build a portfolio of skills and experiences to share with the review committee. Applicants should focus on the parts of the application that they have control over and ensure that these pieces are completed to the highest possible standard.